You took down a Sinaloa kingpin, but you're afraid of horses? Well, this'll be fun.
This character, I understand, was originally described as like Martha Stewart in cowboy boots. And I hear you have been horseback riding with Martha Stewart, which is insane, and I need more information.
Yeah, so when the role came, so I knew they were doing Yellowstone spinoffs. And so like every other day I was asking. And then I saw Luke was doing a spinoff.
Something special about him?
Honey, have you done any research on your new hometown?
And at that time, we still didn't know about the Belle role. And I remember I was sitting at the ATX Festival in Austin, Texas, and I was asking, what is happening with the show? What is happening with the show? And then they said, funny, you should ask. There's a Belle character. And that was one of those moments where I was like, oh my God. And then they said, her character description is Martha Stewart in cowboy boots. I went, oh my God. I know Martha. She's my neighbor. My manager was like, honestly, if you don't get this role, I'm not sure I can ever talk to you again. He's like, I think they were all like, she has to get this role. We don't know what she'll do with herself if she doesn't get this role.
Fireplace is subtle.
Compound used to be an old mill. Cal kept the blast furnace as a reminder that this unit was forged in the fire.
But it's true. There is a beautiful community in upstate New York, fake upstate. It's an hour north of the city. And it's a huge horse community. So I had moved there during COVID. And I actually didn't know everyone who lived there when I moved there, including Martha Stewart. I actually moved there because I was drawn to the river and the land. And when I was researching this place, I learned that Chief Katona was buried a street over, and I felt very pulled to the land. And then it was COVID, so I didn't even meet people at first. So I'd say it was like a year and a half being there before all of a sudden it was like, oh my gosh, I'm at book parties with Martha Stewart and the ladies. I was like, okay, like happy summer. She is a rock star, obviously, as we all know. But it's also really, really beautiful to see how involved in the community she is. She shows up all the time. She's always doing stuff at her farm, of course, for the community and support of the community. And she has some of the most beautiful horses I've ever seen. And she's so kind. She'll always say, like, you can come ride anytime.
I love that. I feel like her horse probably doesn't even poop, but if it does, it smells like Febreze.
That's hilarious. She was having an event at her farm, and we got a picture with one of her horses. And that was years before this role came about. So I just happened to have that like in my phone, And so then when they told me the character description, I sent them the picture. I said, well, here you go. Because these are magic moments, and what makes them magic is that they don't happen all the time. So I think you really do have to celebrate with gratitude.